Good morning to one and all. I'm Chitra from PS Quality Certifications Private Limited, Chennai. Welcome you all for today's session. We have 20 years of legacy of operations. We provide advisory support to higher education institutes across the nation for getting accreditation under NAC, NBA and NRF ranking too. Provide advisory support to HEIs in obtaining the deemed university status and complying with other statutory requirements. Also, we do advisory support in getting certification for various ISO standards, green, energy and environmental audit and academic audit administrative. We provide training for NABL, NABH and quality tools. Also, we conduct FDP for faculties and value-added courses for students of HEIs. We also support HEIs in entering MOUs, securing consultancy funding, and establishing tie-ups with international universities. PSQC is a well-established professional research and development organization supported by highly qualified, devoted, and experienced professional focusers on achieving quality. For today, complimentary webinar on Blooms to build AI-Augmented lessons plans, assignment, and rubrics for Professor Ganesh. We are honored to introduce our expert speaker, Professor Ganesh, works at the intersection of education, management, and digital technology. He combines over 30 years of experience across higher education, digital technology, and administrations to build modern, tech-enabled learning environments. He bridges traditional instructional frameworks with scalable digital infrastructure, enabling academic institutions to modernize their delivery models. His academic capabilities focus on outcome-based education frameworks, comprehensive syllabuses, architecture, and cross-domain curriculum design, covering fields like management, information technology systems, and strategic management. He aligns course structures and assessment models with institutional requirements and quality standards. He leverages generative AI platforms and customized automation on streamlined workflows. He manages enterprises digital transformation through LMS and ERP system administration, establishing scalable micro-learning pipelines and centralized repositories. By uniting pedagogical design, operational management, and process automation, Ganesh delivers adaptable, high-density educational ecosystems tailored for modern institutional growth. Once again, I'm happy to welcome you, sir. You can take over the session now.
Thank you, Ms. Chitra, for this wonderful introduction. Nice words about me. Good morning to all who have gathered in this online platform, and also those who would be joining a little later on YouTube. And a happy Onam to all those who celebrate Onam today. As Ms. Chitra said, I work at the intersection of education, management, and information systems. Okay. And today's session is actually a workshop. It's not a webinar. So am I audible? Can I see some thumbs up? Am I audible? Anyone? Mr. Ubash, am I audible? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's lots. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Sandhya, Mr. Tarun, Dr. Naresh. Thank you. So I would want this session to be quite interactive, and you can interrupt me during the process. I always engage with students in a very interactive way, and I rather not prefer a lecture mode. because this session is mostly driven by what you would be doing. Okay. So, okay. So let me start the session. I just want you to jot down one outcome that you expect from this workshop. Please take 5 minutes, note it down maybe in your notepad or on your laptops. What is that you expect out of this workshop? It's a 2 hour workshop. What are your expectations? Just note it down so that you could go back and see if this it was achieved at the end of the 2 hour workshop. I would continue to call it as a workshop rather than a webinar because your participation is most important. Okay, so let's get on with the workshop. Is my screen visible? It's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
okay. Thank you, Ms. Mahalati. Okay. All right. So today's workshop is on how do we use AI basically as a, I would call it as an academic assistant. Okay. Let's look at what is the outcome of this workshop that I have envisaged for you. You basically discover how to use AI as a teaching partner. And I am sure most of us have been using AI in very many different ways. I started using AI in 2023. One of my colleagues at my previous college kind of introduced me to ChatGPT then. And he said, "Why don't you try it, sir? It's nice, you know. It's like a talking assistant." So that's how I started. And slowly I switched over testing Gemini. And after that, it was Perplexity, Claude, DeepSeek. But I seem to have some amount of liking towards Gemini and Claude, though ChatGPT was the pioneer. So I continue to use Gemini, but Claude today seems to be the industry standard for mostly academicians. Okay, so it doesn't hallucinate. If it doesn't have data or factual evidence to give you the result, it says, I don't have enough data to give you the output. Okay. And the second outcome is you learn to design assessments that push students towards the higher order thinking in Bloom's taxonomy, the 4, 5, 6 levels, because we need to move from the lower order thinking to the higher order so that students are challenged. And of course, the Gen Z, they are a huge challenge to the teaching fraternity because they expect much more than what we had been offering. And the third one is you take away an actionable lesson plan and an assessment rubric at the end of this workshop. My aim is that you should be able to finish preparing one lesson plan for a topic that you have brought today, and that you would have it on hand by the time we close this workshop. But there are some prerequisites. Okay, Ms. Chitra and her team had sent you an email, I think on Monday, sending you some PDFs. So I trust you have gone through the PDFs. Okay, those are basically some reading material which we would be leveraging today to go through this the workshop in trying to explore things. Can I see some thumbs up for those who have read the PDFs? Can I see a few thumbs up? Oops, I'm not able to see. Okay, all right. Just a moment. You could also, yeah, okay. So you could also message me if you have gone through the PDFs, or I would give you 5 to 10 minutes time during the workshop so you can go through it, because without which we will not be able to utilize the AI to generate the lesson plan. It would be a challenge. Okay. Okay. And I hope you have a lesson title. You have a topic that you're currently teaching with you. And I'm sure you are mentally prepared to learn something exciting and new. Okay, all said, let us then. I have some instructions. Okay, I have a lot of instructions. Some of those are here. Uh, we will be sharing two links. One for the lesson plan creation, and the other one would be for the assignment chat log. Okay, so I'll explain to you as we go on. And I would want you to keep your Excel template, which we sent you, the BBW 5-step prompt. Please keep it active because you would be using that to populate your prompts. And also you could use an AI tool like Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude or whichever one you're using. So keep them active, and so that when I ask you to do something, you could perform the operations and give me a feedback. Okay. Now, the steps in the workshop. The first one is you will have to take an assessment test. Okay. Now, this assessment test is not very difficult. It's very simple. And the assessment test is based on the reading material that we had sent you. Okay. Now, I would still tell you, if you've not read the material, what you could do is you could quickly browse through it, or what you could do is you could upload those two PDFs into AI and ask AI to summarize it for you so that you have some idea about what we are dealing with. Okay. And once you take the assessment test, the next step would be you'll learn to build the AI prompt, or rather the lesson plan prompts, through an iterative process. And also, the second half of the workshop, you will be designing rubrics for the topic of your choice, and also how you could use AI to evaluate the students' chat logs as an evaluator. Okay, we'll go to that a little later, but the first step would be that you take the test. So I will be posting the link now. You could take up this test and I would want you to take around, I think it will not take more than 8 minutes, but I'll give you 10 minutes time in case you've not read the material. You can copy the questions, paste it in AI along with the reading material and ask for the answers. Okay. So that way you'll at least have an idea of what we are trying to do today with the AI. Okay. So I posted the form link for the initial quiz. So please go ahead and take the test. Logopriya ma'am, well done. I think Menaka Maithili ma'am, well done. Nice work. Oh, there are many. Kyle Vidi ma'am, Muruganandan sir, superb. Good Ubash sir, good. Awesome, Shalini ma'am. Awesome, awesome. I'm sure those who have completed the test would have got your scores. You can give yourself a tap at the back for your wonderful performance. And I would request that you refrain from drawing on the screen, please. It should have been by mistake, that's okay. But please do not write on the screen. Pungode ma'am, yes, I see, I'm seeing your feedback. I see the marks now. Okay, thanks anyways. Great. Naganandini madam, Dr. Naganandini. Great. Even after getting a PhD, it is a thrill to see that you score high points, isn't it? Around 40 people have already completed the test. So we'll be a little patient for the others to complete as well. Okay. So I'm in no hurry to rush through the slides or, try to pack the 2 hours with a lot of information and knowledge. Even if we can take home 3 good points that we can practice, and I think the workshop has delivered what it was chalked out for. There are many people who are scoring above 20. It's very nice because I ensured that the last question was quite challenging, but probably it was challenging to me, not to many of you here, I think. Okay. So we will wait for another 3 to 4 minutes. In the meantime, if anyone has a question, you can come on live audio and you can just say your name and ask me the question. You're open to do that. because after 10 minutes, I will be closing the form. So people will not be able to post or submit their answers because I have a surprise for the participants. So the top 3 performers in this test will get an entire course creation template using AI free. That would be sent to you. We'll be taking your email IDs from your responses. Ms. Chitra and her team will get in touch with you. And within a month's time, we will send you a template where you could create the entire course file. Today, we are only dealing with a lesson plan, but in 1 month's time, I will send across to you a template. When you upload it in AI and along with your other support files, it will generate the entire course file for you. And I'm sure this will be very helpful for NAC and NBA purposes. Okay. So that is what the top 3. In case there are people who have scored 25 on 25, then I think I'll have to change the criteria here, because if there are more than 3 people with 25, I would send the course creation template to all those who've got 25. Okay, because it's unfair on my part to send only for 3 people. So those who've got 25 on 25, I'll send it to all of you. Okay, all the persons who scored 25. Okay, 25 out of 25. All right. So
Sir,
I think
good morning.
time's up. So
Good morning, sir.
I
Hello.
would like to
Am I
close
audible?
responses. You will have to.
Yes, please.
Sir, this is Naresh. Am I audible? Ganesh, sir.
Yeah, we are listening you.
Sir, just a quick question. Sir, maybe during the
A moment.
presentation or after it, if we get to know from you about digitalizing the learning taxonomies like Bloom's or Finn's, I'm not sure if it is a part of this workshop, but that would be great. As of now, we are mostly doing it manually, the taxonomies. So if you could help us in digitalizing the Bloom's taxonomy or other, that would really help us. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'm unable to close the responses that we normally accept. Okay, so what I'll do is now I will try to see how many people have got. Okay. Those who are on YouTube live, well, you could take the test now. It'll be posted on YouTube live. Sorry that I forgot about you. So please take the test. It's also a blessing in disguise that I'm not able to close the responses. You can continue to finish the tests. And from what we see, there are around close to 10 people who have scored 25 on 25. Congratulations to all those who have secured 25 and also all those who participated. Okay, so let's move on to the main part of our workshop. So now, what's the next step? The next step is the creation of the lesson plan. Now, I want you to keep your AI window active, and I'll also be posting a link now to another form, which is going to get your prompt. Okay, so the exercise is like this. Now, you know that we sent you a lesson notes on typology of decisional problems. Okay, so generally in management, because I hail from the management discipline, management background, so I have created this workshop along the lines of management education. So in management literature, we classify management problems under three broad categories, where we understand the problem from its perspective of being structured to unstructured. This is the continuum. And within this, we have a semi-structured, which would normally take the mid position. So what happens is any decision that we make inside the organization or even in our personal life seem to fluctuate between these two extremes, these two continuums of structured to unstructured. So I'd sent you some lesson notes, or you call it as a teaching notes, on the types of decisional problems. And also I sent you a small caselet. It's not a big case. I would even call it as a short case, where I'll be explaining a little more about the case a little later. Now, based on this, now what you have to do is you go to your AI and you tell AI to create a lesson plan for you. Don't be in a hurry. Please wait. Don't do it immediately. I will share the link. Now, you type your prompt in the AI, after which you post the same prompt in the Google form. Now, I would choose one of those prompts, and we will work together on building the same prompt. We'll see how your basic prompt, which could be a bare prompt, it becomes a master prompt. Are you with me? Have you understood what I've told you till now? Can I see some responses? Some of you can also use the audio. Don't worry. Have you understood what I just told you?
Yes, sir.
I'm not able to hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, okay, now let me post the second link, which will also be posted on YouTube Live now. Okay, now what you do is go to AI, type a prompt to create a lesson plan for you in the area of management education, and copy that prompt into the form.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
shall we use in science topics?
Pardon me?
Science topics.
Uh,
Any
that we will,
biology?
that we will do a little later
Okay, sir.
because I can't use the prompt you send me. If I
Okay.
have to further work on the prompt, it will be convenient for me to stick to the management topic.
Okay.
But we will do your science topic in the end. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sir.
Ms. Reshmi or Rashmi, you could use Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, whichever one. If you're not, I don't think anyone here in this on this workshop is AI innocent, not ignorant, innocent, I would say. Okay, Dr. Ramalakshmi, if you're new to AI, no problem. Just open ChatGPT or Gemini and you can follow the steps and you will be able to be comfortable by the end of this workshop as to how to use AI to create lesson plans. Okay, Ms. Pungodai, I think I have seen your, okay. Now, some of you are asking queries on this particular form, but I would want you to copy the prompt that you have used, okay? Okay. I see some of you are quite uh, familiar with the creation of lesson plans using AI. Okay. Yeah. Professor Jivanandam, how is it used in commerce? You will get to know, sir. Okay. I would rather show you some of the. Okay. I would encourage all of you, even if you are an expert in using AI, to encourage us. I would request you to post your prompt using the link. Okay, it will be very helpful. In a workshop, we could share the knowledge and we could learn from each other. Okay, I only have 40 responses. I don't want you to post the output from the AI. Please understand, I don't want you to post what the AI gives you. Only post your prompt. Okay, that would be helpful. Okay, I think my instructions have not been very clear to many of you. So what we would do now is let's move on to see how the AI handles the prompts. Should I wait for others or can we start? Because around 47 people have posted. I think we will go ahead. Around 46 have, okay. Okay, are you able to see this Excel screen? Okay, can I see some responses? Are you able to see the Excel sheet screen? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, thank you. See, what I did was I went to AI and then I gave such a simple prompt. Okay, let me now show it to you in live. What happens when I give this? So I'm using Gemini. So what I've asked Gemini to do for me is, this will be very helpful for those who haven't used AI to create a lesson plan, okay? For others, you might have to bear with me who are experts at this. Just bear with me for some time till others catch up. So I'm giving a prompt here. It says, help me create a lesson plan on the topic, types of decisions for MBA first year students. So I'm handling a class for first year MBA students. So I'm telling AI to prepare a lesson plan for me. Okay, let's see what it does now. It's taking some time because it's our office Wi-Fi. A lot of people who are using the internet here. Okay, so now it has thrown some results to us. I hope you can see that. It says first, course details. Now it assumes that the course that I'm handling is either organizational behavior or principles of management. And it's telling me that my target audience are first year MBA students. And it is assuming that 90 minutes is the duration of every session. And the topic it is fixed for this is type of decisions and managerial decision making framework. So then it has automatically given you learning objectives. So by the end of the session, it says categorize, evaluate, and analyze. Of course, it has brought in some more concepts. Then it goes on to tell me how the session and the time allocation for various activities. It is giving me a whole list here. Okay. All right. And then it goes on to the breakdown of the content that needs to be used. It's talking about types of decisions, the levels of decisions, and the conditions where these decisions are made. And then it also gives you an activity. It tells you what to do. Isn't it very interesting? It also gives you a scenario, probably for scoring the team's analysis matrix. And it also gives a suggested assessment and assignment. Okay. Now, let's take this as a first level of prompt. Now, can any one of you tell me any one weakness? We've seen the strength. Okay, I don't need to touch upon the strength. Tell me a weakness of this lesson plan. If you have to take it and use it, what is the weakness? You can speak or you can type. I will take up all the inputs. Accuracy. Okay, who was that? Samson? Professor Samson? Sorry, it's just a lighter on a lighter note. Okay, I assume it's a professor who said, okay, Dr. Prashant. All right, sir. So you said it is accuracy. Okay, very good. You think it's accurate? I leave you with that question. Think about it. Any other person, please interact. I love interaction. Professor Yamini, time. Hold on, Ramya ma'am, I'll come to you. Ms. Yamini, what is this time factor you're talking about? Speak up, ma'am, it's okay. You might take time to type. Ms. Yamini?
Yeah, sir, it could be for 45 minutes also we can plan a lesson plan, but it itself assumed it as 90 minutes.
Wonderful. So you're talking about the session timing. Okay, as a professor, you know how much time is required for a session. So by default for an MBA, 1 hour, 15 minutes is considered to be an academic industry, standard. Okay. All right. Then Ms. Ramya says the language problem, we're trying to understand. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, Professor Prashant says, I feel it's not 100% accurate. Okay. Dr. Kalevani says content is limited. Dr. Kalevani, what do you mean by content is limited?
Sir, the informations on the steps are given of the decision-making process.
Okay.
That was too less.
Okay.
Only,
Understood. Okay. As a
only
professor,
one-line informations are given.
yeah, as a professor, you would be providing lecture notes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be an elaborate part of your class session. The AI is only going to have cues or points towards your lecture note. So that may not be a valid argument here. Content is not limited, but the cues it gives is enough because your lecture notes is going to be vast and the reference books are going to be there. Okay. Content, Professor Natraj says content will differ from one source to another source for same topic. Okay, okay, that is variety of life. Okay, fine. Okay, now, all right, the assessment methods needs to be on par with usage in AI age. This is by Dr. Naresh. Students might simply copy paste from AI. Okay, fine. The second half of our workshop is to trap them. Okay. So Dr. Naresh, you will have something to give your students in the next assignment, surprise for them. Okay. It gives some idea. We only give more. Okay. All right. All right. Dr. S. Gomati says, may not understand the actual student needs and abilities. Wonderful point, ma'am. Wonderful point. Responses can be repetitive. Okay. So we will stop with, the feedback for the moment. At particular time, how we give assessment. Okay. Professor Sandhya, I'll get back to you on that. Now, what we'll do is this first prompt. If you see, I would want you to look at the weakness. I see it as a structural verbosity. It just throws at you a lot of text, okay? And many of you have pointed out that there is a contextual vacuity, or as Logopriya ma'am is saying, it gives irrelevant information when we ask generally. That is true. So ma'am is saying that we need to give a clear and specific prompt. Okay. Now I look at the first prompt as called as a bare prompt, where the weakness happens to be in the form of a structure, and it is not adhering to the context, and there is surfeit of information. So now, how do we control this? Now that would be your next exercise. Okay, I'm not going to tell you how to do it. You are going to do it. And from your next prompt, I'll be able to understand what you have done. Okay, now please listen once again. If you have not closed that form response, it is good. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you, do not close the form responses. Continue to keep them active, because you will go back and edit your previous prompt. Okay, now please open the same link. Go back to the form and submit the second prompt. What should your second prompt do? It should try to address these issues. The root cause is lack of context. Now, in a classroom, what is the context? Okay. The context is what? I've given the action item. It's just next to the root cause. Define the persona of the AI. Now, there are professors here probably with 30 plus years of experience. There are newcomers. There are mid-level professors. Okay. Now, what you need to do is you go back to the prompt and you recreate the prompt saying you are assigning a persona to the AI now. You tell the AI, give the AI your personality. Rather, I mean is your experience. For example, I would say my experience, I will go type like this. Okay. I'll just type it on the screen so that you can see. You are a professor of practice with 30 years experience in education. I would put in management, education, and administration. Okay. Now, this is my experience. All right. And what do I specialize in? You create case studies and class notes for management graduates. Then what else? I would want to add this. You are also knowledgeable in instructional designing of lessons. Okay, so now I am giving a persona to the AI. I'm not asking it to assume its own. I'm telling substitute your persona with mine, rather with this professor. So now you don't have to copy this. Okay, you create a persona for the AI based on your experience, your expertise, and your knowledge, and that which you want to give to the students. That's very important. They should learn from you. Okay? Their opinions apart, you have experience which has to be translated or transferred to them. Okay, so put that and now ask it to create the lesson plan. Will you do that now? Create the prompt, use the link, post it, and run it through AI. See the result. Am I clear to you, to all of you? Those who are watching us on YouTube, you also have the link. You begin to post so that we'll be able to see your prompt. Can one of you post your prompt, the new prompt? Okay, I've got Professor Naresh Kumar Sharma. So, okay, that's nice. I can use that. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, some of you have started writing it to suit your discipline. I see Professor Tenmuri, lesson for C++. Okay, okay. See, you don't tell the AI, I have 6 years experience, okay, or 10 years experience. You'll have to tell AI, you have 6 years of experience in conducting classes on nuclear chemistry for first year BSc. So then it assumes that persona and it begins to give you the lesson plan. Wonderful. Professor Praveena, she has written, you are an undergraduate professor teaching engineering students for the past 21 years. You're also an administrator involved in MBA and NAC accreditations. Wonderful. Create a lesson plan to make students understand and categorize the typology of problems. Good, ma'am. Nice. Okay, Professor Jasmine. Okay, I think I should share this. You are a professor with 28 years of experience in hospital management. Create a lesson plan, assignment, and case study for first year MBA students. Okay, okay, nice. Nice, Professor Jasmine. Then Okay, Ms. Logopriya, act as an experienced AI teaching assistant for me. Okay, I'm an assistant professor of English with 6 years of teaching experience handling BA English undergraduate students. Okay, yes, this is how you make AI listen to you rather by giving it more content, but in a very focused manner. We will explore that. Okay. Okay, Professor Lata. Okay. All right. So I think we will hold on for the moment. All right. Now I would pick up from here. All right. I'll take Professor Suma's instruction. Let me go here. Let's take a new chat because. All right. So I don't know how to. Can someone just a moment? I hope these lines on my screen. Anyone knows how to erase them? Any inputs on that? How do you erase this? Does anyone know? There are annotations on my screen. Okay, so if you can put it on the chat, I'll try to do it. All right. Now, this is a prompt that I've received from Professor Suma. Act as an expert level professor at university level. Create a lesson plan for the topic typology of management problems for the first year undergraduate students of management discipline for a session duration of 50 minutes. Okay. So here you see, now the session duration she's brought in. Very good. Lesson plan should include the following components, objectives, outcomes, activities, class notes, and instructions. Very good, ma'am. Very nice. Let's see what it does now. All right. So now what has happened? Can you see here? It has now removed that organizational behavior and it is focused on a particular course, which is called Principles of Management. Okay. And because ma'am here said graduate students of management discipline. Okay. And she also mentioned the typology of management problems, which is very, very pertinent to principles of management. Okay. And she also gave undergraduate. So it is said either BBA or Bachelor of Management Studies. Then it is frozen it for 50 minutes and it's given the topic. And now if you see the learning objectives, it is now going down the Bloom's levels. It's going to the defining level, categorizing and evaluation level. So it's remaining at the lower order of thinking, which is quite okay for a undergraduate program. Okay. Then the intended learning outcomes. By the end of the session, students will be able to differentiate, map, and select. Now it is given how the session is going to be run for the 50 minutes. Usually, this terminology hook comes from instructional designing. Okay. When we create e-learning products, what happens is because there is no teacher or there is no tutor, the animations and the content is going to speak to the student. So you basically need a hook. Okay. It's like when you watch a movie, the first scene, they show you a kind of a scene which acts as a hook. And that it's actually a hook. It hooks your brain. And anything that you see after that hook, you will try to connect it to that incident or to that particular event. So the entire movie is drawn from the hook or the play is drawn from the hook. Similarly, in a class, the first question that you open in the classroom or the first story you tell acts as a hook. So here, it gives you a 5 minutes hook. Okay. It gives you a scenario. A customer requests a product return under a 30-day money back guarantee. A competitor launches an AI product, causing a 30% drop in quarterly sales. The hook question here is, are both of these problems solved using the same mental model? Okay. Now, we'll not go into those details. So it's basically creating we call it in e-learning parlance, it is called as interestingness in the course, in the session. So it creates an interest in us to pursue and find an answer. Then it gives you a breakup of direct instructions and class notes. Okay. Following core concepts. So now we are getting into the conceptual area. Earlier was the context, now we get into the concept. So you see clarity, frequency, information availability across the structured and unstructured problems. Now, in this, what it has done is, it has given the 3 levels, and it also gives you a 15-minute activity. Okay. Distribute scenario cards, classify and map. It also gives you a time limit. And then it tells you how much time you have to take to debrief and provide the solution, and then synthesize the entire learning, and then the final exit. Okay. And then it tells you, gives you instructions as an instructor. Okay. It goes on. Have you seen this as I scroll through? Did you see it? All of you? What is missing in this? Anyone can tell me. What is missing in this?
The content itself is not given, sir. The lesson
content is
content.
wide. Correct, ma'am. The content is still wide. Okay, very good point. So I'll just put it in the chat so that content is still wide. Okay. Then many of you have some answer. Give it. It's okay. No answer is right or wrong.
I may be no given the reference books or the textbooks from where that content should be
Oh,
taken.
yes,
For
Professor Suma. That's right. That's right. So references to content is missing. Very good. Very good. Next one, please. I'm at the edge of my seat. I'm waiting for that answer.
The lesson
One.
plan itself is missing, sir. We asked for lesson plan and
No. I did the madam ask for a lesson plan? Yeah, she did ask. Okay. Who is this? Dr. Rama Lakshmi. Okay. Okay. Her experience speaks here. Okay. Lesson plan is missing. If you ask the AI back, okay, let me ask the question. Okay. Let's see what it answers. Okay. Hold on, ma'am. 1 second. I'm not too conversant with Zoom, so you must bear with me. It looks like the lesson plan is missing. Can you validate and let me know? Okay, let's see what it says. Yeah, Dr. Gomati says student context is missing. Fantastic point. See what it says now. The complete lesson plan was provided above and is fully intact. So now, if it misses, it will say, oh, I'm very sorry, I missed out. Okay. But if we have understood in a different way, it will highlight those aspects. So it's clearly saying here, the phase 1 is the objectives and learning outcomes. Then comes the class notes and theoretical framework, active learning activity, instructional 4. Okay, so then it's asking you, if you want, I can, kind of enlarge on some activity. Yes, ma'am? Yes, sir. Professor Mohit, you want to say something? Okay. Okay, Professor Naresh says no visual or animated image content. Okay, now, Professor Naresh, because we did not ask for such content, because this itself is a theoretical topic, so we did not give it any room. We did not say provide some representation maps or some process flow diagrams. We did not say that. Okay, so if you mention it, then it will surely populate in your lesson plan. Okay, now mapping is missing. Who is the Zoom user? Mapping of course is missing. Okay. So you're talking about the outcome-based education, I suppose. All right. Now let's hold on for a second. Let me get back to the same sheet. Okay. Now prompt 2. So what did I do in prompt 2 is I did this. I told that you're a management professor with over 15 years of experience researching on foundations of management. You also possess experience in consulting and thereby create case studies, blah, 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 all those things. And I wanted it to develop a lesson plan. And this is the lesson plan it gave me. But for me, what it did was it stuck the course against 2 foundations of management or organizational behavior. It kept it for 90 minutes. Then it gave me, categorize, evaluate, formulate. It gave me higher order thinking outcomes. And it also gave me the concept, and it told me have an ice breaking exercise, interactive seminar, all those things. Okay. Now, the weakness is in this case is too wide a scope to cover within 90 minutes, misaligned with my target audience. Now, the first one is it's a bare minimum prompt. So we leave that. The second one was we assigned a persona to this AI and we told it to generate a lesson plan. Now, the third one is we need to talk about our target audience. Okay. And some of you did say that it is very wide. The context is still not clear. So now I would want you to go back to your prompt once again. Now add that component, your target audience. Okay. Who are your target audience? First year MBA students, first semester, second semester, first year English students with, BSc. Suppose you're taking English courses for BSc students or BA history. Please mention that and see how the prompt, how the output changes. Can you do that now? And also paste the same prompt into the Google form. Okay. Yeah, there is one interesting question from our okay, I'm a professor in nursing with more than 30 years of teaching experience. I'd like to prepare lesson plan for diabetic ketoacidosis, which is competency enhanced. Okay. Ma'am, I think we need to work one-on-one on this. I would be able to help you because I need to understand few things because this subject matter is entirely zoned out for me. So I know diabetes, but I don't understand ketoacidosis. So, and also what do you mean by competency enhanced? We'll work out, ma'am. You can, share your number with Miss Chitra or email her. Probably I'll be able to get in touch with you and help you out in preparing your lesson plan using AI. Okay, I'm waiting for people to post on the form your results, then we'll take over again.
Sir, can you one more time tell what prompt is to be given, sir?
Ma'am, you
Yes, sir.
gave, what was your first prompt, ma'am? Can you paste it in the chat for me?
Yes, sir. I will post now, sir.
No, you put it on the chat box itself, no problem.
Okay, sir.
Do it now, ma'am. Ma'am, can you post it? Have you posted? Can I know your name so that I can at least search in the form?
Sir, my name is Ram Lakshmi, sir. Dr. Ram Lakshmi.
Yes, Dr.
Yes.
Ram Lakshmi. Have you edited your previous prompt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have edited, sir.
Yeah, one second.
Edited and submitted it, sir. Yes, sir.
ma'am. 1 second. Let me. Yeah. Okay. All right. You're a professor of practice with 4.5 years teaching and 5 years of research. You're knowledgeable in microbiology and interested in bioactive compounds from natural found in soil. Okay, ma'am, actually, what's happening here is you're giving it a heavy persona. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, its objective is to create a lesson plan for you.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So what we need to do is we need to only mention about your experience in teaching, research,
Okay, sir.
and what is the subject you teach, ma'am?
Sir, I hold a doctorate in microbiology, sir, but currently now I'm interested in teaching B.Tech and M.Tech students in food technology, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
you are, yeah, here what you need to do is I'm just editing your prompt.
Okay, sir.
You are knowledgeable in food technology,
Okay, sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what you do is after this, you define
Okay,
who are
sir.
your target audience.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
B.Tech food technology students, sir.
Yeah. So create a lesson plan.
Okay, sir.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir. It
Yeah.
is
Create a
visible,
lesson
sir.
plan for first year B.Tech
Okay, sir.
students.
Yes, sir.
That's enough. Okay. I will tell you more a little in a short while.
Okay,
This
sir.
is enough. So now you're making it a little more focused. Your persona is there and your
Okay,
area
sir.
of teaching is there, and then your target audience is there. Okay, ma'am.
Sir, can you come back that last point? Can you repeat, sir?
Last point.
You told three things as very important.
Yeah, your
The
experience.
target audience. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Your experience, your specialization, and the target audience.
Okay, sir.
Ma'am,
Okay,
I'll
sir.
share. Ms. Chitra will share the slides in PDF format.
Okay, okay, sir.
You can go
Okay,
through
sir.
it also. No issues, ma'am. And
Okay, sir. Thank you.
any queries you can write to the team, Chitra ma'am and her team. We will
Okay,
respond
sir.
to you, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So now I think quite a number of people have posted. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. Wonderful. Professor Anshul Singh, you're a hospitality educator with experience of 25 years. Prepare a lesson plan of 50 minutes for MSc in hospitality and hotel administration for the topic choosing customers, market segmentation. Wonderful. That's nice. Mr. Professor Singh, you've seen the output also, isn't it? Are you on the Zoom or are you on YouTube?
Yes, I've seen. I've actually prepared it for the students as well.
Oh, okay, okay. So, okay, fine, Mr. Singh. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so now let's get back to the third prompt. Okay, now I'd like to show you what I did. So the first level was the persona. Now I want AI to be more focused. Okay, I happen to consult with a college in a hill station in Tamil Nadu. So there, the entire class were first generation learners. Okay, so it becomes a real challenge to reach out to these children. They have a lot of psychological barriers to learning. So if you're going to prepare a lesson plan like the one we saw earlier, it would not suit the target audience. So now here, what I've done is, keeping that in mind, I have taken a special focus on the type of learners. Now, some of you might be very sound in pedagogical techniques. Okay, please bring in all that into your prompting. Okay, so here I've given the students are from tier 2 cities. Okay, it's just an example I've taken. Probably if I'm not in the metropolitan cities, if I'm in another city like Coimbatore, so I would classify that as a tier 2 city. And I also wanted the lesson plan to reach out to people with an IQ level between 100 to 120. That is normally the average for the Indian students, average IQ level. And I also wanted to specify that they are drawn from a varied graduate backgrounds. That is arts, science, social sciences, and commerce. I've left out engineering in this because in that class I don't have engineers. So I don't want the AI to give me something from the engineering background. So I wanted to stick to these. And I also specifically told the class student strength, and I made a mention of 30% lady students, 15% are first generation learners, and 20% of them have challenges in cognitive abilities. Now, as we are moving towards outcome-based education more and more, these things carry a lot of value and weightage to the institution. Now, this will highlight how you care for as they define the slow learners. Okay, so even at your lesson plan, you are making room for various teaching components that caters to their needs. So this was the idea behind creating a small classification inside the target audience. And I also said, since the students are in their first year of MBA, let the questions be foundational. Let us not assume and try to jump into higher, knowledge points. Then I wanted it to create an opening hook. Okay. Now, the hook can be, it will create an automatic hook. Let's say that you have published a wonderful paper in Scopus or Web of Science, and it seems to have been referred by many people, but you want that benefit to go to these students. So what you could do is you could take the abstract of your paper and give it along with the prompt. In this case, I said I will be uploading a case abstract, and do not create your own examples, but create examples from the abstract. Okay. In my last institution where I taught, I had written a case on digital transformation in the healthcare industry, where I had researched specifically on Narayana Hridayalaya. So there I had a case abstract, so I wanted the AI to use that. Okay. And now the next one is, as one of the professors was pointing out, the content, the theoretical base that I want Gemini or ChatGPT to focus on. So I'm bringing in Herbert Simon's decision-making model. All of you, I think majority of you would know this model, the 3+1 phase model, without which understanding the typology of problems is difficult. Okay, so I wanted to also give a 30-minute outline to discuss this, and then I tell it to create a lesson plan on the types of managerial decisions and challenges for first-year student in a classroom setting. Now, you can also tell the AI to create it for a library setting. I want you to explore it. I don't want to spoil the fun. What you do is give this space as another input to the AI. So most times we spend, all our discussions, case studies, activities inside a classroom. Now, if you're going to take this entire class in, something like an amphitheater outside the classroom, sometimes it's difficult for a person like me. I'm not very good in being creative and imaginative. Okay, so there I would want AI to assist me. So I would say I want to have this class in an amphitheater, open environment, probably in a place like Himachal Pradesh or Bangalore even. So what it would do, it'll be really fun to watch. So when you put a library, it will automatically tweak all your activities. It will tell you how to group students. So try those things out for your own lesson plan. Okay. You can have it in a classroom. You can have it in a seminar hall. You can even have it in library or open space. Try all these options so that even your classes become very interesting. Your sessions become interesting. All right. Okay. But what is, I'll just show you the output of my lesson plan here. Sorry. It has taken into consideration all that I've said. Okay, and it has used my case abstract where I had a mention of what is VUCA and bunny environments. It also brought in the decision-making models, and then it gave me an opening hook from the case abstract, and so on and so forth. Simon's the 3-stage, and also his bounded rationality and satisficing model gave everything out. Okay. Now, the weakness in this, it still lacks the micro focus, and the Bloom's HOTS is missing. Higher order thinking skills, we are not targeting it. So now the next step would be to define clear learning outcomes to your lesson plan. Till now, have you been able to understand, all of you, or at least majority of you? We started with a bare prompt, we moved to giving the AI a persona, and then we moved to defining the target audience. And now what you need to do is you have to provide the constraints. It is still giving you what we call as a fluff. It is giving excess content. We want that to be controlled now. Okay. Now, please go back to your AI and bring in the constraint. Now, before we do that, what is the constraint you want to put in your class session? Any one of you, probably Professor Singh can tell us. Professor Anshul Singh, what kind of a constraint you want for your class session? Or any other person? What could be a constraint here? Anyone? Anyone? Professor Natraj? Professor Sandhya? Anyone?
Sir,
Yes, Professor Satyavati?
yes, sir. For science students, we cannot export the images.
I'm sorry, I'm not able to hear you clearly. Can you speak up?
So for the science students, science discipline, we cannot export that images.
You cannot export the images, you mean?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by images, ma'am?
Images means if we go for any lessons, if in case anatomy of monocot like that, now we need to get the diagrams there.
You can, ma'am. It's possible in AI. You specify that as your content. Either you upload a PDF
Okay.
or you give a sometimes if there is an open source link to images, you can provide that, the exact page, and then
Okay.
you can ask AI to extract the image along with the lesson plan. It will do it, ma'am. But it will not do where it hasn't got the rights to do it. So a
Yes.
best practice would be you have a screenshot, create a
Okay.
screenshot, upload it along with your prompt. See, you can also attach files. If you're working on a free version in Gemini, to my knowledge, it can take up to 6 to 10 attachments of not very large sizes. So you should name, I'll come to that next step, ma'am. You
Okay.
can name those files and mention it in your prompt saying use this file to extract such an image. It will search and it will use it, ma'am. It's not a problem at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir, I think class-based activity can be included because students are not involved in any activity during the lesson plan.
Yes, you are correct, processing. Actually, in this lesson, it is more theoretical. Okay.
Okay. Right.
No. What I meant to say was, it is not focusing on the activity. Suppose you want to break them into groups, give them a task, we could give them a question. You can give it as a constraint. That will be a constraint. Create a classroom activity where 3 teams have to solve a particular problem. You can give it as a constraint, so it will do it. Yeah, am I making myself clear? Processing. Okay. Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you want to try that now, or you want me to go to the next slide or the next prompt level so that you can have a look at it? Okay, I will show you the prompt 4. Okay, in prompt 4, because we are also running short of time because the first part is still running. Okay, now, all right, we'll skip the first 2 parts because we've already discussed it at length. The constraints here are the strict constraint that you give. Okay, now generally AI tends to behave like sometimes, sorry if I'm using this term, like adolescents. Okay, so it just creates a lot of fluff. It kind of gives you unwanted stuff. Okay, it thinks a lot, it imagines, it kind of dreams like that. They call it hallucination. Okay, so here I'm telling it jump straight into the plan without setup sentences or robotic introductions. Do not use label headers like in conclusion or summary at the end. No external case example, strictly derive case specific example from the uploaded case abstract. Simple theoretical anchors. I wanted to focus on Herbert Simon's model, bounded rationality and satisficing only. I don't want it to give me extra. And typology of problems where I specify structured, semi-structured and unstructured. And now I specify clearly what is the output I want. I will say for 5 to 10 minutes, have a discussion, have a story, Okay, or if I'm going to use a case, the dilemma in the case I will use in my opening hook. And then the theory segment, as Mr. Singh said, I want a group activity, 15 to 20 minutes, small students, what they have to do, all that. And then I want a case-centered discussion questions. And then finally, the lesson plan wrap-up, a concise synthesis highlighting how strategic choices ripple across these three problem layers. So now, in this, you can also include your learning objectives. In the constraints, you can say, stick to 2, 3 objectives, learning objectives, where you want it to be at the higher order of thinking, something where you evaluate the choices made by students in the group activity and debate about it, and you synthesize the knowledge from these groups as the final takeaway from the class session. So those things form part of your, the constraints that you tell the AI. Now, once you have created this, now I'll show you what you have to do. Now I'm copying the entire prompt now, whatever I've written here. It can also be in simple English, but I've not tried it in any, local language. So you could try that also. See if it's working. Somebody wants to do it in Hindi or some other language, try it because it understands. So now I'm going to paste this entire prompt. But what I'm going to ask AI is create a master prompt with markdown syntax. Okay. Now, why markdown syntax? That is the syntax which it normally picks up very well. Though these are LLMs, large language models, they can understand what we communicate in English. But when you give a markdown syntax, it is very focused and it doesn't sway from the markdown syntax. Okay. So I'm asking it to create a master prompt with markdown syntax using the uploaded prompt. So you see my prompt was like this. Yeah, a long, lengthy English prompt in English language. Now I'm asking it to give me a markdown syntax for this. Okay, so this is the markdown syntax for you. So you see this syntax? It clearly, even if you learn this syntax, you can start typing it in the prompts yourself in the future. Okay. It has created placeholders for your case because I've used a case text abstract and notes area. So I think earlier ma'am was asking for anatomy. You can, kind of give the file names here. And you can change this reading material into image references. You can change the name and you can use it, ma'am. And then key objectives, what these are the 2 Bloom's taxonomy aligned objectives I wanted to do. And then strict execution constraints, no fluff, no external case, simple theoretical anchors, and the structure of the output. So you can copy this. And now what I'll do is for you to create a template, you can use the same markdown and create a generic template for any subject under any discipline using the following markdown template. Sorry, markdown text. Okay. What I'm trying to do is, I've got a markdown text now or a syntax. I'm making that as a template for me, irrespective of the subject or the discipline. Okay, let's see how good it delivers the template. Oops. Okay, so now this is your template. So starting with the first master prompt itself, it is creating it like a template. So you can insert your discipline and subject, and experienced person in whichever subject, professor, educator, how many years experience, area, subfield, all it is made as a common placeholder. Then student profiling, demographics. How should these students be defined? Then their cognitive abilities is also defined here. What I'll do is I will first now copy this. I will paste it here so that you can take note of that. Core inputs, everything is open-ended here. So you can define for any number of subjects, I mean, one at a time, of course. If you tweak some of it, you can make it for multiple subjects also. It takes some time. Okay. So it is also given as a template. Now let's return back to our presentation slide. Okay. Did all of you learn something from this lesson plan creation using AI? This is the first part. Okay. All right. So just a quick run through. So we started off with the bare prompt. Then after that, we added a persona to the prompt. But still the weakness was not focusing on the students. So which we took care in the third iteration. We also defined some of the constraints for the fourth level. And finally, we've got the master prompt. And so if you see the prompt engineering journey, as we call it, we started off with 90 characters, but we have ended up probably with 4,000 more characters, which means we have defined and driven the AI to give the output that we expect. Okay, so this is the first part of our workshop. So any question before we move to the next one? We are running short of time. I think we have another half hour. I'm not too sure whether we'll be able to finish the rubrics part. I had some interactive exercise for the assignment. Probably we could, let's see. I don't want to jump to conclusions right away. Okay, any questions before we move to the next part? Quickly, please. Any questions? Is it good? Was it good? You learned something? We have some advanced AI users in this forum, like Professor Singh. And I also saw yet another professor. She has given a beautiful lesson plan. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. So let's move on to the next one. This is the AI augmented assignment. See, now these days what's happening, you all know it. I don't have to tell you this story. when you give an assignment, whether it's a case analysis or some sort of solving a problem, students immediately go to the AI. I don't want to generalize it. It's also wrong on my part. You can't do that also. We have to give them the benefit of doubt. But I think, from my past experience, I've seen students even bring out their project reports from the AI. Okay, that is, kind of heartbreaking, where the learning happens is where they seem to be compromising. So, um, that's okay. I think there'll come a point where things will change. I'm always hopeful about that. But we can make students use AI as a tutor in absence. They have you probably as a tutor in a practical class, or even in a case discussion. You become the, as Peter Drucker called, the orchestra conductor. Okay, that's a famous thing, but one of my professors told me. So in a case analysis, you become a conductor between different ideas being thrown at you. Now, you can also make the AI a kind of a learning, you call it as a tutor or a guide. Okay, you cannot be there 24/7 for them, but you can teach them to use AI to help them to learn effectively. Okay, so this exercise is for that. All right, now I want you to quickly open that case. All right, there is a case that I had sent across to you. I'm sure you must have seen that. So I will quickly run through the case. The case is about, this is one of the companies for which I worked. I've changed the names and other things, but I've kept the problem intact. So they're basically publisher. I mean, they are vendors for global publishing houses. So they do what are called as the printer-ready files for these organizations, and they send it across to them. Okay, so they take care of book production and journal production and certain loose leaf manufacturing. So this case is about the book production process, which has got multiple steps, where every book becomes a title, and that becomes a project for a project manager. So the project manager is actually the person who is an end-to-end person to see to it that the manuscripts are converted into printer-ready files. So he or she has got n number of tasks to perform. But what happens is, at the end of preparing the printer-ready files, they have to raise what is called as a invoice dispatch summary. It's nothing but telling the accounts department that this title, so many pages, author, publisher, and so much of work has gone into it, so many diagrams, so many artwork, and this is what you have to charge the client. Okay, because they have a per page cost. So putting all this together, they send a summary of price or bill chargeable to the client. Now, most project managers, they handle at a time 15 to 16 titles, and it is quite voluminous. So they have this difficulty of remembering to raise the IDS. Now, what happens is, this affects the working capital flow, and working capital management becomes a major problem to a company. It affects its payables. If managers forget to do this, then there's going to be a delay. We've had, instances where for 2 years, a manager had forgotten to raise a invoice dispatch summary. So, I thought this is a very interesting point, which can be viewed from multiple courses, but I wanted to take it up in the principles of management under the topic typology of problems. Okay, so for that, we need to understand two things. One is the theoretical perspective. Okay, this we've seen already. These are the types of problems. So structured problems have general SOPs or standard operating procedures. Semi-structured have a combination, and unstructured is you come up with unique and novel ideas. Okay. which are driven by human judgments, which are value-based, where you bring in the concept of ethics, group, teams, and all that, and also factual, which is the data about billing the client and all those things. And Simon, he brought out a seminal work in the late 1940s after the World War. So he came up and challenged that managers cannot make decisions so easily as the economic model talks about, because they are bound by time, money, effort, and so on. So he said there is always the rationality is bounded within these constraints, and managers only take satisfactory decisions. He called them as satisficing solutions. They are not foolproof, but given the constraints, how best they can do. This is what he said. And he also gave a process to do that. Identifying the problem is the first, then going further into the root cause analysis, and then designing a particular solution, implementing it, and following it through. I'm not going into this. This is theory. This is the actual problem. The problem is managers in this case overlook raising the IDS on time, because of which the ballooned problem is in 42 crores in outstanding invoices, which is almost 37% of the annual revenue. So its effect is on revenue leakage and financial instability. Now, how are we going to solve this? Now, when you give this case to the student, what will the student do? I want you to do that now. After this such a long story, I'm asking you to do a very simple thing. What you do is, excuse me, you take the notes that I sent you, you take the case, upload those two in your AI, and you tell AI to solve the problem in the case using the concepts in the lesson notes. And along with that, use Herbert Simon's model. Can you do that for me now? Am I making it clear? Anyone has a doubt? I will repeat myself. Excuse me, is everyone clear about it? Or at least anyone unclear, tell me. Those who are clear, it's okay. Take the notes that we sent you, the PDF notes. You also take the case, upload it in AI, tell the AI, solve the problem in the case using the lecture notes and Herbert Simon's theory of decision making. Herbert Simon's theory of decision making, and give me a solution. Okay. Excuse me. Now, what is that I'm going to do now? I'm going to give you another form where you will paste only the chat you had with the AI. Do not paste the result for me. Please listen to me. Do not. Okay, Professor Ramalakshmi, I'll say once again. Our office sent you two files, two PDFs. One was the case on GPS. The other one is the theoretical notes. Upload these two notes, okay, into AI. Then you also tell AI, use Herbert Simon's theory of decision making and solve the case problem. Upload. And whatever, see, you don't have to replica take my instruction to the AI. Use your own instruction. Those who are on live, we will share with you the link immediately now. Okay, I'm sharing the link. Now, after AI gives you the result, copy only the chat. That is whatever you typed, and use this form
Yes, sir.
and paste that chat, only the chat, not the result.
So can you repeat that problem statement name, Herbert?
Sorry, who is this? Professor
Can you
Nataraj.
repeat that? Can you repeat that names? Which problems algorithm
See,
name?
Professor Nataraj, our office sent you 2 files, right? PDFs.
Yeah, I have uploaded, sir.
Then now see, you're solving the case problem. See, this is the problem in the case. So we are trying to understand how this is done. Okay.
Yeah, I need that problems name only, the author name only.
Author is Herbert Simon's decision making model. Herbert Simon.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Thank you. Thank you. Man.
டோர்ல பின்னாடி இதுல மாட்டிக்கோ. ஏய், இந்த டோர்லயே கைப்பிடி இருக்கும்ல, அதுல பரவாயில்ல போ. நீ நேரம் போயிட்டு வந்துடக்கூடாது சிவகான்.
Okay, I have Professor Muruganand Gopal. Very nicely he said, solve the case problem given in the PDFs using the lecture notes and Herbert A. Simon's decision-making framework and give me a solution. Fantastic, sir. And if your student does that, you shout at him, huh? Okay. All right. We will understand how to teach them to, leverage AI. You'll be able to teach them, I hope, after this session. Okay, then Professor Naresh, solve the problem in the case using lecture notes. Same. Okay. In the attachment, he is being specific. He is given the name of the file also. Very good, sir. Professor Manavalan. Sir, you've pasted something else. You have not pasted the prompt. You have okay. Okay. Many of you, Professor Suma. Okay, very nice. Defining the files that have to be used. Okay. Sorry.
தெரியல. அப்படியே நேரா போயிட்டு வந்துட்டு இருக்கான். அதோ தண்ணி பாட்டில் கல்லு மண் எல்லாம் வேணுங்கிறான். தண்ணி பாட்டில் கல்லு மண்ணு என்ன வேணுங்கிறான்.
Professor Nataraj, your mic is on. Could you mute?
Oh,
Thank
sorry,
you.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It happens. Professor Jasmine says, refer to the given documents and solve the GPS invoice dispatch dilemma step by step using Herbert Simon's decision-making theory. Wonderful. Okay. Professor Muthulakshmi, you are using another theory of decision making. Okay, great. Maybe that's more convincing and it is more recent, I think, isn't it? Professor Muthulakshmi? Dennis Ritchie, I think around 2000 and odd, sometime during, I think that time he brought in this theory. Am I right or wrong, Professor Muthulakshmi? Okay, probably she's on YouTube. All right. Okay, so we will stop now. What I'll do is I will take one of your responses and I will run through a rubric that I've created for AI to evaluate. Okay, we will see that now. All right, just others who are doing, you can still continue. I'll take one of your responses. Okay. Actually having trouble handling these files. Okay. Okay, I've taken one of the responses given by one of our participants here. So here is a rubric. I will tell you how to do this also, because I'm not going into the detail of it, of how I frame the rubric. I'll show you all that. Maybe I can share all this through our office. You can go through it and you're quite knowledgeable and intelligent to learn from it. Okay, so now, okay, before we go into this, let me quickly show you that rubric master. Just hold on. Yeah, okay. All right. Some of you who attended last month or a month before that, we had Professor Umesh Chandrasekhar. So he had actually given a rubric which he uses for case discussions. So I took his as the basis for my rubric creation. What I've done is I've changed the criterion here. You see the criterion here, I've changed it. But I maintained, some of his points, and the classification I maintained, but the weightage I'm giving is slightly different. So I categorize across 4 as exemplary, proficient, developing, and beginning. Okay. I always believe giving a 0 is of no value either to me or to the student. Okay. I always want the student to, even if that student, you can't say he is unintelligible, otherwise he would not be in such a program. It's just that he missed the bus somehow. So it is my responsibility to encourage him or encourage her to, progress further. So I don't believe in giving zeros. At least the bare minimum I want to give the student, even if they've not done anything also. It is okay. That is my personal choice. Okay, so I've given 5 points, 4 points, 3 points, and 2 points for each of these criterion. And I have used Simon's intelligent phase as the basis to understand the problem, because that is a starting point. Then the student has to understand that he cannot, like the AI, have fluff in his decision making. He has to use that bounded rationality. And also, a project manager in this case cannot say, it's not my responsibility to raise the ideas. He has to do it, or she has to do it. So that kind of a behavioral discipline must be there in the project manager, which the student must understand through the case analysis. And thirdly, what is the design that he wants to create? Now, this I wanted to use for a case discussion in a classroom, where the third learning objective is post the class session, where the student will use the AI to design an AI-based system that will help the project manager in reducing the time taken to raise the ideas. Ideally, 36 hours. That's what we did in the company also over a period of time. Okay, and we made a saving in 6 months of 75 lakhs. So money saved is money earned. So we understood by raising invoices for outstandings, we were able to, cover 75 lakhs of billing for the client. Okay, that's an achievement we had. And the last criterion is, that's the most important thing, which you must teach your children, which you must teach your students. How do I engage the AI? How do I make it behave like a tutor to me? You will have to teach the student that. See, please get off the idea that the Gen Z can teach you everything. No, your experience has made you a master today. No AI can replace that. No student can teach that or come close to it. So please do not have such ideas. They can be smart in giving you shortcuts, but you are the master of the game inside the classroom of your course. So you take their inputs, but ultimately you have the last word. Please do not compromise on that. Okay. So this is the rubrics that I developed based on Dr. Umesh Chandrasekhar's basic model. You can also use the same thing. You can put in your own analysis, or what you want the AI to focus on. You can change all this. We will share these things with you too. Okay. Now what I'll do is, I have taken one of your responses. Now I am going to tell AI to evaluate your chat. Okay. Now I'm going to bear with me, please. Yeah. Okay. So this is the chat given by one of the faculty. Solve the case problem given in the PDFs using the lecture notes and Herbert Simon's decision-making framework and give me a solution. Now, I have given a whole list of instructions to the AI. Now, let's see what the AI tells me back. Okay. All right. I think just a moment. Okay, so what's happened is, the instruction given to the AI is misaligned with the rubrics that I have given, because it says no student chat log was attached or pasted in your prompt, and your final line asked me to solve the case directly. Okay, so I think I'll have to use another chat. Let's see. Let's see how it reacts to this. It might give the same thing. Let's see. Okay. Are you able to see now? So the overall grade and score summary. So the entire rubric is for 20 points. But now, based on what the student has done, the total score is only 4. Now it goes on to say why it is 4. The performance tier is beginning. If you see here, the person is at this level. Okay, which means some of the criteria, it has given him 0 or it's given 1. Intelligence phase. Okay, evidence from the chat log. Okay, the student did not engage in any environmental scanning or problem framing dialogue within the chat. Rather than attempting to unpack whether the issue stems from workflow friction or behavioral motivation, the student completely outsourced the intelligence phase to the AI. So this is where you can understand whether the student has really engaged with the AI in treating it as a tutor. Has he engaged in asking more questions? I will run through again so that you will be able to understand what it means. Similarly, for the next one also, the student failed to demonstrate any understanding of Herbert-Simon concepts. There is no attempt to evaluate why PMs prioritize production over manual workflow. Then the next one, no trade-off analysis. The next one, the student treated AI as an automated solution provider. And finally, it gives you the last assessment. So the last paragraph, it says to improve, the student must shift treating AI as a shortcut to treating it as a collaborative dialogue partner, initiating with exploratory question during the intelligence phase, challenging the AI's assumption in the design phase, and independently driving the final choice phase. Okay, now what I will do is I will quickly give you a sample of how to solve this case. Probably you should train your students once. You can use the same or similar case, but if you're from another discipline, choose your own pedagogical artifacts, but teach them this once. This is a great learning for them. Teach them how to do it, and then they will find learning to be very interesting and challenging also. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll take the same files that I sent to you. Okay, one is the case study, another is the reading material, and then the Herbert-Simon model. Okay. Oof. Just bear with me for a few more minutes. Okay, so now I've uploaded these and I'm now going to interact with the AI. Okay. The problem in the case is PMs are postponing. Okay, before that, I will tell AI, I want you to be my instructor in identifying a solution to the case uploaded here. I'll give the name BBW underscore case ... Okay. Using theory from BBW reading ... and Herbert Simon. Okay. Ask probing questions so that I may learn, understand, and decipher next course of action to solve the case. Are you ready to work with me? Okay, now see what the AI does. Okay, so now it says, I'm fully prepared to guide you through this case step by step using Simon's decision making and typology rather than giving you the answers directly. I lead the targeted questions to help you unpack the core issues of GPS. Let's begin at the foundation of the problem. Okay, now it goes and it asks a question. Take a moment to analyze these 3 points. What is your take on how the problem should be defined? Okay, what is the first one? Typology. What features the process? Okay, so now what's happening is, if I have to sit with this and show you in the demo, it will take me another 20 minutes, which I don't have. So what I will tell you is, this is how you start. You have to use the AI, to be your tutor, and then it'll ask you those questions. Then as you respond, okay, the student has to take only these chat points. Okay, what I'll do is I will give at least 3 chats here and then feed it in the rubric. You see the score will automatically change. Okay, now let me quickly go through this. It's asking, how did I come to the conclusion? Okay, creating ID, it's structured. Yeah, it is a structured problem that became semi-structured as well as unstructured from financial perspective. What features of the process led you to the classification? SOPs are drawn for raising ideas, but project timelines forces PMs to avoid them, and they take a back seat. Then the next one is, how does this manual friction impact their focus, and why might be satisfying priority? PMs think that raising ideas is not their problem, but finance and accounts problem. See, what it's basically doing is it's making me think like you would do in a class environment. There are no clear-cut policies or procedures in the case material that tells me that PMs have to do it within stipulated time. There is no evidence of who is responsible. Okay, I'm just giving superficial responses. Don't bother about it. Then the next one is, how does this manual friction impact their focus? Okay, that's what we saw. Last one is program versus unprogram. Is it a failure of administrative system designed for a program task? It is a behavioral problem. Okay, so now I've given what is your take on how the problem should be defined. The problem should be defined as a responsibility of the PMs through the IT intervention to remove friction. Let's see what it does now. Okay. All right. Now it is giving. So it's going into the step-by-step analysis, okay, of those three categories. Now it's going deeper into the problem. So it'll keep asking questions like this. All right. Now what I'll do is, now I will tell it, no, I don't have time for all this. Give me the final solution. So I'm cutting short. So, but it will still give me. It gives me the final solution. Now, what you should tell your students is this: copy these copy these chats. Okay. You ask them to paste it. Then you load this chat into the rubrics and see what evaluation it gives you. Okay. Now this is the entire chat that I've had now. Now I'm pasting it here. And now I will try to evaluate this. Okay, now you see, I jumped from 4 points to 13 points now. And it tells me that I'm developing. If you see this Excel rubric chart, I have moved from beginning to a developing, which is very good. If I'd spent half an hour now, I would have surely come to this exemplary level, or at least at this level. I don't claim to come to this, but at least at level 4 with 16 out of 20. Okay. So now if you go back here, it tells you clearly. We'll go to the last analysis. Okay. So what has the student done? You demonstrated solid foundational intuition regarding the case dynamics. You correctly diagnosed the IDS delay is a behavioral problem. However, your evaluation suffers significantly in application process by demanding an immediate final solution. You bypass the iterative process. So it still says you have to go into the process of discovering the answers, not just, jumping to conclusions. Okay. Now, what I would tell you is you make your own rubric like this. Okay. Then after making this rubric, you give the rubric into the AI as a uploaded file. Then you tell that based on this rubric, you create step-by-step evaluation process based on student chat that would be attached. Okay, so it will something like this. It will give you a rubric master like this. This is the rubric master prompt. At the end, it will ask you to post the student's remarks or his chat log. Okay. Now, for some of you who also have an LMS in your colleges and you have an active LMS team that can tailor these aspects, you can tell them to post these master prompts into your assignments, where automatically when student posts the chat, It'll evaluate and send the feedback to you as well as to the student along with the grading. But one caution, please check before it is sent to the student because AI can make mistakes. Okay, and that's it from my side. Okay, so thank you very much for patient listening and being a fantastic group of interactive learners. I wish to hear from you through your feedback. And we also have an upcoming program for the next month. So it's a wonderful program. We have a very experienced resource person who's going to talk on IDP. This will be of great use to principals, director deans, and IQAC coordinators, and even faculty members who are interested in stepping into the the mission of the institution, and also be a part of the development of the college or the university. So I would request all of you to register for this webinar, which is on 24th of September. It happens to be, I think, on a Thursday, midweek. So you should be able to join and benefit from this because I know the speaker. He's a very senior person, and you will learn a lot from him. So thank you for being with us. And that's it from my end, Ms. Chitra. Anything more, you can take over.
Yes, sir. Thank you for an excellent presentation. Dear participants, thank you for your support and active participation. Now we are sharing the screen with flyer of upcoming complimentary webinar in the month of September 2026. And the topic is Institutional Development Plan, what, why, and how. Participants can register this slot with the link in chat box. And for the present session, we have shared the feedback form for e-certificate in chat box. Thank you so much, guys. Happy Onam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, kindly share the feedback form, ma'am.